right, homeschool parents, 2025 is here. And let's be honest, language arts can either feel like a magical journey through words or a frustrating maze of grammar drills, meltdowns, and unfinished worksheets. I've been there, and after poring through hundreds of Christian Facebook groups and forums, I found the best language arts programs homeschool families actually use and love. We're talking crowdsourced data here, guys. And if you want to save yourself hours of comparison, I've made a free downloadable PDF with prices, pros and cons, and quick comparisons, so be sure to grab that in the description box below. So let's start with number 10, which is Lightning Literature. If you love the idea of grabbing a huge stack of books and building your own library that's classical, then Lightning Literature might be for you. This curriculum covers grammar, literature, mechanics, and composition, and it does it through some seriously high quality books. Each level includes a reusable teacher's guide, a consumable student workbook, and a stack of real literature. So it's very much a let's read and learn through stories kind of program. Now here's the kicker. Lightning Literature offers both Christian and secular options. Personally, I don't know how committed a curriculum is to Jesus if they're sitting on both sides of the fence. I mean, one second you're seeing a Bible and then the other, bam, there's a lady in a burqa. It seems to be a spiritual identity crisis on paper. For some families, that might be a red flag if you want something more gospel-centered. But for others, the literary richness and structured approach to writing are still worth a look. Cost-wise, you're looking at around $110 for basic materials, and if you want to grab all the readers too, it's around $365 for everything. If Lightning Literature felt a little bit like, I love you, but my wallet is sobbing, and you're still craving that wholesome homeschool book-loving vibe, let me introduce you to Learning Language Arts through Literature, or LLATL for short. In the Christian Facebook forum I looked at, the mums loved this one. It's totally offline and built around reading lots of rich, wholesome literature. It's like a literary picnic where grammar and spelling sneak in with the sandwiches. Instead of boring, isolated drills, your kids get swept up in stories again. A lot of people say this one leans Christian, but it really markets itself with a neutral worldview. So it's not exactly gospel-centered either. Personally, I find that a bit confusing. But if you're looking for a literature-based program with minimal busy work and a gentle vibe, it still hits a sweet spot. You can grab a full grade for just over $100, making it one of the more budget-friendly options on the list. Okay, now let's jump into a curriculum that is about as no-nonsense as it gets. Rodden Staff English is your good, old-fashioned, black and white, grammar-heavy program with a solid Christian worldview baked right in. It's traditional, super thorough, and it doesn't mess around with fluff. And fun fact, I actually used this myself when I was homeschooling 30 years ago. So if you want old school that works, then here you go. You get both English and spelling. It's all very structured. It's definitely not flashy, but here's what I love. Rodden Staff has a gorgeous Christian worldview. Your kids won't just be diagramming sentences. They'll be learning Bible verses, hearing faith-filled stories, and soaking up the gospel right along with their grammar. It's the quiet achiever of language arts programs, and it really delivers. The whole grade set costs only around $65, which is kind of amazing for how thorough it is. But maybe all this black and white has you craving a little bit of color, a little life, a little sparkle in your language arts. If you're ready for something gentle and a gospel heart, let's talk Masterbooks. Masterbooks Language Arts curriculum is called Language Lessons for a Living Education. It's like a cup of warm tea in the language arts world. It's Charlotte Mason inspired, gentle, and perfect for younger grades or struggling readers. Mums in Christian forums I'm a part of were absolutely raving about this one. It's like the banana bread of language arts. Everybody loves it and it disappears fast. The lessons are short and simple, and there's a sweet gospel-centered vibe throughout the whole program. It blends stories, copywork, narration, and scripture in a way that feels calm and nurturing. And the best part, it only takes about 30 minutes a day. But some parents do say they end up supplementing with extra grammar grammar and writing because it's so light, but others love it because there's no busy work. It's open and go and costs about $50 a grade. I'll leave it linked below. By the way, you can find links to all of these programs I'm talking about today down in the description box below. Now for the most budget-friendly option on this list. Easy peasy all-in-one. It's free. This curriculum runs entirely online and offers language arts and pretty much every other subject with built-in tracking through their MyEP assignment system. It's Christian-based and surprisingly thorough for something that doesn't cost a dime. It's not super sleek or modern, and you won't find any prettily decorated cutesy workbooks here, but if you're just starting out or trying to homeschool without spending a cent, easy peasy can be an absolute lifesaver. Okay, next. I think we should get classical, right? Writing and Rhetoric by Classical Academic Press is for homeschoolers who want their kids to think deeply, write beautifully, and speak clearly. It's structured around a classical model and is ideal for grades 3 through 9. This program is all about building strong communication skills with a Christian worldview. You get a student book and even downloadable audio files. It's incredibly well done. Think gold standard Christian classical education. CAP gets lots of awards for its curriculum. I've used their Latin curriculum and it was impressive. Honestly, this has to be my pick for language arts, their offline programs. I've actually got them up on my bookshelf right here as well. How much does it cost? Well, it's only $50 to $55 per level. So again, it's one of the cheapest on this list. Okay, now let's talk about something a little bit different. What if instead of just choosing one language arts curriculum, you got language arts and all the subjects included? Schoolhouse Teachers is basically a homeschool buffet. And yes, the language arts section is fully stocked, like a kid's Christmas stocking after grandma got involved. For just around $30 a month, you get access to an entire library of downloadable language arts curricula and electives for every grade level. And I'm not just talking PDFs. You'll also find video lessons, audio resources, and extras like drive-through history. Now the downside, well, some parents say it's a little bit overwhelming at first because there's just so much to choose from. But if you like flexibility and variety and being able to teach your whole family with one subscription, this is a total steal. I'll link it down below. All right, you grammar geeks, if Schoolhouse Teachers felt like a choose-your-own-adventure buffet, then Abeka Academy is the polished, well-oiled dinner party with assigned seating and a printed schedule. Abeka has been around for over 50 years and is the kind of grandmother of Christian homeschool curricula. Classical, dependable, and a little bit intense if you're not ready for it. If you're looking for a strong Christian worldview and rigorous academics, Abeka delivers in a big way. Their language arts program includes everything from grammar and writing to reading comprehension. It's all taught through pre-recorded video lessons paired with physical workbooks. It's a traditional step up that's pretty open and go, and you get into the rhythm. This structure is great if your child thrives on consistency and clear instruction. That said, some parents say the pace can be intense, like a full grade level ahead of public school. And at around $640 per year for the full package, it's definitely one of the pricier options. Still, for families who love the structure and the depths, it's a classic and for a good reason. But maybe you love the structure of Abeka but want something a little bit more gentle. Well, then meet BJU Press Homeschool, which is the program I use. This one is traditional video-based with physical workbooks. BJU Press is open and go, rooted in a biblical worldview, and uses pre-recorded teacher-led video lessons. The curriculum is engaging, the visuals are bright and vibrant. I like that there's a mix of reading, grammar, and writing, which keeps things dynamic. My son, he's able to do pretty much all of his lessons on his own. I'm talking 97% independent here. And the cost? Well, it's about $359 for the English subject with video lessons and materials. Sure, it's a pricier option, but I call it my sanity tag. It frees me up to fold laundry, drink drink coffee while it's still hot and, actually get things done instead of being chained to a whiteboard with Luke. I've left the link down below. It's one of my top picks for video-based language art. And if you do want to buy through that link, it doesn't cost you a cent more, but it does help support our homeschool, so thanks in advance. All right, friends, if Abeka and BJU are the polished prep schools of language arts, then CLE is the rugged mountain cabin, humble, independent, and just quietly getting the job done with zero drama. This program is entirely offline, independent, and incredibly thorough. If you are looking for a traditional screen-free approach that actually works, this one's hard to beat. It uses a spiral method, meaning concepts are revisited and reinforced over time. Kids work through small, manageable booklets independently, which is a dream come true if you're juggling toddlers, teens, and trying to sneak in an online grocery order before someone yells, "Mom, I need a snack!" for the 8th time. No, you can't have another banana. It's not a monkey sanctuary. And the best part about CLE is it's all grounded in a beautiful Christian worldview. It weaves in scripture and the gospel into lessons in a really natural way. Because after all, if Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, then the most important thing we can give our kids is a curriculum that clearly shares that good news. But how much does CLE cost? Just $70 to $100. And that's per year for the full set. Now I want to sneak in another little bonus curriculum here. It's one that my friend Abby from Family Style Learning absolutely loves, and I really like it too. It's called the Generations Homeschool Curriculum. If you haven't looked at Generations for language arts, their English programs, I can thoroughly recommend this one. I really like it. They have a great language arts program in the early years, like their phonics and God's Big Story program for kindergarten and grade 1. Personally, I love this one too. It's completely offline and dripping with gospel truth. They call it God-centered, Bible-based, life-integrated, Christ-exalting, gospel-emphasizing, family discipleship education. Did you catch all that? Basically, it's a daily devotion wrapped in language arts clothing. And yep, I'm here for it. I'll pop the link for that one in the description box below so you can go check it out. Okay, but right now you might be thinking, cool, but what about real life when your kid refuses to even pick up a pencil? Well, some of the best language arts lessons don't come from a curriculum at all. My 7-year-old is obsessed with David Copperfield. Yes, the original Charles Dickens version. And it's all thanks to listening to great audiobooks. If you want to see the audiobook list we use, I've linked it down below. It's helped shape my kids' vocabulary and love of literature more than any workbook ever could. And if you're sitting there thinking, how am I supposed to fit all of this in? Let me show you something that will save your time and your wallet. It's called Knotgrass, and it brilliantly combines language arts and history in one. That means fewer hours planning, fewer materials to buy, and more time actually enjoying your homeschool day. Want to see how it works? Well, I've got a whole video showing you the Knotgrass curriculum right here. Also, don't forget to grab the free PDF with prices, pros and cons, and a little bit more information about every program we've covered today. Links in the description box below. See you in the next video. Just be quiet, please, sweetie, just 1 minute more. All right, I'll be out soon.